30 grocery products you'll never find again after next month. Today, we're not just talking updates. We're sending out a serious wake-up call that you need to hear. December is creeping up fast, and it's about to bring some shocking changes that could shake up how we live. Think about it. Grocery store shelves could start looking emptier than you've ever seen before, with basic everyday products disappearing for good. Extreme weather, collapsing harvests, and a global supply chain on the brink are creating the perfect storm. Stick around because you don't want to miss this. 30 grocery items you may never see again after next month. 1. Rice noodles. If rice noodles are a staple in your pantry, you might want to grab a few packs on your next grocery run, while you still can. These beloved gluten-free noodles, a foundation in many Asian dishes, are at risk of disappearing from store shelves. The reason? A perfect storm of challenges. Rice production, the key ingredient in these noodles, is facing serious setbacks due to severe water shortages, erratic weather patterns, and skyrocketing eater costs across major growing regions like Southeast Asia and parts of the United States. These environmental issues have significantly reduced rice yields, making raw materials scarce. On top of that, the increasing popularity of rice noodles has sent demand surging, leaving manufacturers struggling to keep up amid labor shortages. The result? Less supply, more demand, and shelves that may soon go completely bare. Act fast. Your favorite rice noodle recipes might depend on it. 2. Peanut oil might vanish from your pantry soon. Peanut oil, a beloved staple for frying and cooking thanks to its high smoke point, could soon become a rare sight on grocery store shelves. Why? The answer lies in a mix of challenges hitting peanut farms hard. Peanuts thrive in warm, stable climates. But with rising droughts in major growing regions like Georgia and Alabama, crop yields have taken a huge hit. And it's not just the dry weather. Humid conditions can lead to mold and disease outbreaks in peanuts, adding to farmers' woes. On top of that, skyrocketing farming costs and surging demand for plant-based oils are driving peanut oil prices to new highs. If it's a must-have ingredient in your kitchen, don't be surprised if it becomes both scarce and pricey in the near future. Stock up while you still can. 3. Mustard. You might want to think twice before passing by the mustard aisle on your next grocery trip because this iconic condiment could soon be disappearing from shelves. A perfect storm of global issues is causing a noticeable mustard seed shortage, which is having a ripple effect on the production of all your favorite types of mustard. Canada, a major player in mustard seed farming, has faced severe droughts that slashed their harvests. At the same time, across Europe, extreme weather and agricultural difficulties have further tightened the supply. The result? A global shortage that's driving prices sky high and leaving mustard manufacturers scrambling to keep their products available. From classic yellow mustard to the sophisticated tang of Dijon, and even spicy brown varieties, these popular condiments might soon be out of reach. If mustard is a staple in your kitchen, now's your chance to stock up before it turns into a rare commodity. Don't wait too long. This might be your last chance to savor that perfect mustard-flavored bite. 4. Black beans. Black beans, a beloved and budget-friendly protein source in many households, might soon become a rare find on grocery store shelves. The culprit? Severe droughts are wreaking havoc on bean-growing regions across the U.S. and Latin America. These small but mighty beans thrive on consistent moisture. Yet rising global temperatures and unpredictable rainfall are leading to devastatingly low yields. But that's not the only challenge! The soaring popularity of plant-based diets has placed skyrocketing demand on these protein-packed legumes, adding even more strain on already limited supplies. On top of this, global shipping delays and skyrocketing fuel costs are making it even harder for suppliers to get what little they have to consumers. With supply chains crumbling, farmers struggling, and prices climbing, black beans may soon become a luxury food item. Ironic, isn't it, for such a humble pantry staple? If black beans are an essential part of your meals, consider stocking up now before they disappear or prices make them unattainable. 5. Frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables, a go-to choice for quick and healthy meals, are vanishing from store shelves as supply chain disruptions hit hard. The root of the problem: a combination of labor shortages on farms and in processing plants, leaving fewer hands to plant, harvest, and prepare these vegetables for freezing. On top of that, rising energy costs are making it more expensive to keep these items frozen throughout the process, from packaging facilities to store freezers, causing additional challenges. But that's not all. Unpredictable weather patterns are wreaking havoc on crops, further limiting the supply of popular frozen picks like broccoli, peas, and carrots. What does this mean for shoppers? A smaller selection with higher price tags, turning this once affordable and convenient food option into a luxury item for some households. If frozen vegetables are a regular part of your meal planning, prepare for fewer options and more sticker shock during your next grocery run. 6. Coffee beans. Coffee beans are in serious trouble, and it's not just one issue plaguing this beloved morning staple. It's a perfect storm of problems, from climate change to global supply chain disruptions. Two of the world's largest coffee producers, Brazil and Vietnam, have been hit hard by extreme weather. Sudden frosts in Brazil wiped out significant portions of coffee crops, while irregular rain patterns in Vietnam have caused inconsistent yields. It's becoming harder to source high-quality beans, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. Political instability and labor shortages in coffee-growing regions are causing major delays in production and shipping. Even the beans that survive these challenges might not make it to your favorite coffee shop or grocery store shelves. Experts warn that within the next decade, coffee could transition from a daily necessity to a luxury item. Prices have already surged, and specialty coffee lovers might soon struggle to find their favorite blends. If you rely on your morning brew to kickstart your day, now's the time to stock up. It could become rarer and more expensive than you'd expect after next month. 7. Frozen pizza. Frozen pizza, an iconic go-to comfort food for busy families and college students alike, might soon become harder to find than you think. Behind the scenes, a perfect storm of production challenges is threatening its availability on store shelves. It starts with wheat shortages disrupting the production of the pizza crust, while dairy supply constraints are putting pressure on cheese manufacturing, a critical component of any great pizza. Add to this the increased cost of energy required for freezing and storing these products, and things aren't looking good. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Tomato shortages are throwing a wrench into sauce production, and meat supply chain disruptions mean ingredients like pepperoni and sausage are frequently out of stock. To make matters worse, persistent labor shortages in production facilities are slowing everything down even further. All these issues combined are making frozen pizza one of the most vulnerable items in the freezer aisle. 8. Orange juice. Orange juice, a quintessential breakfast favorite, is in serious trouble, and it might not be on your grocery store shelves much longer. Florida, once considered the orange capital of the world, has been battered by multiple crises. A devastating bacterial infection known as citrus greening disease has decimated vast swaths of orange groves, making it nearly impossible for trees to produce healthy fruit. To make matters worse, powerful hurricanes have torn through the region, leaving groves further damaged and farmers struggling to recover. But it's not just Florida. California's groves are also feeling the squeeze, with persistent droughts forcing farmers to cut back on irrigation and production. Even imported oranges aren't coming to the rescue, as ongoing global shipping delays and supply chain disruptions make it harder to get these golden fruits from overseas. The result? A spike in orange juice prices and a sharp decline in availability. That refreshing morning pick-me-up you love is quickly turning into a rare luxury item. If you're a fan, you might want to savor every sip because stocking up on orange juice could soon become a costly indulgence rather than a breakfast staple. 9. Corn-based products. Corn-based products are in serious trouble, and it's all because of the growing climate crisis. Cornmeal, cornstarch, corn syrup, and countless other items that rely on this versatile crop could soon become scarce on grocery store shelves. Here's the big issue. Corn is highly sensitive to even slight temperature changes, and extreme droughts are ripping through the U.S. Corn Belt, slashing production year after year. But that's not the only problem. Farmers are struggling with skyrocketing fuel and fertilizer costs, making it less profitable to grow corn. Many are choosing to plant less resource-intensive crops instead. On top of that, corn is in massive demand for biofuel production, which means less of it is actually being used as food. This could lead to some of your go-to baking essentials, sauces, and snacks disappearing entirely or becoming significantly more expensive. Since corn is such a key ingredient in countless packaged foods, a shortage could send shockwaves through the entire grocery industry. Keep a close watch. You might just find your favorite corn-based products vanishing sooner than you think. 10. Honey. Honey, the golden nectar cherished for its rich flavor and health benefits, is facing a significant threat, and it might soon become a rare luxury. The survival of bees, the tireless workers behind every drop of honey, is being jeopardized by climate change. Unpredictable weather patterns, warmer winters, disrupted blooming cycles, and widespread pesticide use are all taking a devastating toll on bee populations. With fewer bees to pollinate and produce honey, the supply has taken a massive hit. But that's not the only problem. Commercial honey producers are grappling with labor shortages, compounding delays in harvesting and processing honey. Meanwhile, demand for honey has skyrocketed as more people turn to natural sweeteners as a healthier alternative to sugar. This soaring demand combined with dwindling supplies has sent honey prices climbing steadily. If this trend continues, honey could become a luxury product available only to those willing to pay top dollar. Stock up on your favorite jar while you still can, because honey as we know it may start vanishing from shelves sooner than you think. 11. Beef jerky. Beef jerky lovers, brace yourselves. This beloved snack might soon become a relic of the past. A perfect storm of challenges is threatening to wipe it off grocery store shelves for good. For starters, rising beef prices are rocking the cattle industry. The costs of feed, water, and labor have surged, leaving ranchers struggling to maintain herd sizes. And in drought-plagued regions, things are even worse. Water is scarce, and affordable feed is hard to come by. But the challenges don't stop there. Beef jerky isn't just made, it's crafted through energy-intensive drying and processing techniques that are becoming more and more expensive as energy prices climb. Add to that the ongoing supply chain chaos, which has made it harder to distribute specialty products like jerky, and you've got a recipe for disaster. If beef jerky is your snack time favorite, prepare for sticker shock, or worse, empty shelves. Stock up while you can, because this high-protein treat may soon be a thing of the past. 12. Oats. Oats have long been a go-to choice for health-conscious consumers, found in everything from warm bowls of oatmeal to crunchy granola bars. But now this breakfast table favorite is at risk of disappearing. Unpredictable weather patterns, especially in key oat-growing regions like Canada and the northern U.S., have caused major disruptions in recent harvests. Lower yields, combined with quality issues, are making it increasingly difficult for farmers to meet demand. On top of that, the rising costs of essential farming supplies, such as fertilizers, fuel, and equipment maintenance, are pushing many oat farmers to the brink. Meanwhile, a growing surge in plant-based diets has only added fuel to the fire, with oat milk and other oat-based alternatives becoming incredibly popular. Simply put, the demand is skyrocketing while the supply struggles to keep up. If these issues persist, oat products could become harder to find and much more expensive, turning that humble bowl of oatmeal into a rare luxury. Grab your oats while you can! 13. Sunflower oil. Sunflower oil is a staple in many kitchens around the world, but it's quickly becoming a product you might not find on grocery store shelves much longer. This popular and versatile cooking oil is facing a dramatic shortage, and here's why. Ukraine, which happens to be one of the largest producers of sunflower oil globally, has experienced a massive drop in production and exports due to the ongoing conflict in the region. The impact has ripple effects worldwide, cutting off a major supply chain for this everyday essential. But that's not all. Unpredictable weather patterns have also hurt sunflower crops in other major producing areas, worsening the supply situation. If that wasn't bad enough, the demand for alternative cooking oils has skyrocketed in response, driving up prices for other products like canola or palm oil. Sunflower oil prices have reportedly surged by around 50% in certain places, and supplies are dwindling fast. Both home chefs and food manufacturers are scrambling for replacements, but as the shortage persists, we might see sunflower oil disappearing completely from store shelves soon. If you haven't stocked up yet, this might be your last chance to do so. 14. Pickles. You might not think much about pickles disappearing from store shelves, but this humble snack could soon become a rare find. The pickle industry is being hit by a perfect storm of challenges, starting with the sensitive nature of the cucumbers used for pickling. These crops need just the right conditions to thrive. But extreme weather, from heat waves to unpredictable droughts and heavy rainfall, has devastated major cucumber growing regions in the US and Mexico. That's just the beginning, though. Key pickling ingredients like vinegar and salt are also experiencing shortages and price spikes. If that wasn't enough, even the glass jars that keep your favorite dill spears or bread and butter slices fresh are more expensive because of bottling shortages and increased demand. Coupled with ongoing labor shortages slowing down processing plants, pickle producers are struggling to keep up. If you're a pickle lover, stock up now, because your favorite zesty crunch might be a rare treat very soon. 15. Canned green beans. Canned green beans, a dinner table classic and a popular go-to side dish, may soon be much harder to find. And here's why. These humble vegetables are facing multiple challenges, starting right at the fields where they're grown. Green beans are highly sensitive to weather conditions, and unpredictable climate changes, including droughts and violent storms, have been devastating crop yields in critical farming areas. But the trouble doesn't stop there. Labor shortages are crippling the agricultural sector, making it increasingly difficult to harvest crops on time. Add to that a lack of workers in processing plants, and it's clear the issues are compounding. Making matters even worse, the ongoing aluminum can shortage is creating fierce competition for packaging materials, leaving companies scrambling to meet demand. With canned vegetables remaining a pantry staple for millions, this perfect storm of problems could result in empty shelves where canned green beans once proudly stood. Keep an eye out because they may disappear sooner than you think. 16. Apples. Did you know that apples, a staple in so many households, are now facing serious challenges that might make them harder to find in stores? The beloved fruit is becoming increasingly difficult to grow due to the impact of extreme weather caused by climate change. States like Washington and Michigan, two of the largest apple-producing regions in the U.S., have been hit with unpredictable weather patterns, including late frosts and intense droughts. These conditions wreak havoc on apple orchards, significantly reducing harvest sizes and increasing production costs. If that wasn't enough, pest outbreaks and diseases like fire blight are thriving due to warmer temperatures, further complicating life for orchard farmers. Popular apple varieties such as Honeycrisp and Fuji are already becoming harder to source, and prices at your local grocery store are climbing. It's a tough battle for orchardists to keep up with demand. If apples are a must-have in your kitchen, you might want to stock up now because they might not be so easy to find soon. 17. Canned corn. Canned corn might be a thing of the past sooner than you think. Once a pantry staple for its affordability and convenience, canned corn now faces a slew of challenges threatening its availability. Extreme weather conditions, like persistent droughts, torrential rains, and rising global temperatures, have taken a serious toll on corn harvests in the U.S., one of the largest producers worldwide. But it doesn't stop there. Corn is an incredibly versatile crop used not just in canned goods, but also in animal feed, cereals, and even biofuel. The overwhelming demand for corn, coupled with diminished supply, is creating a perfect storm of shortages and price hikes. Adding to this crisis, the canning process itself isn't safe from disruption. Aluminum shortages, fueled by global supply chain issues and skyrocketing fuel costs, are making it increasingly difficult for manufacturers to meet demand. With so many factors at play, canned corn might soon transform from a trusty, affordable grocery item into a rare and pricey find. If you love those sweet kernels in your recipes, you might want to stock up now before it's too late. 18. Whole chickens. Whole chickens, once the go-to affordable protein for families, are becoming a rare sight in many grocery stores. The poultry industry is under immense pressure due to a perfect storm of challenges. Rising feed costs, largely stemming from shortages in essential crops like corn and soy, have made it more expensive to raise chickens. If that wasn't enough, outbreaks of avian flu have swept through the U.S., resulting in the tragic culling of millions of chickens to prevent further spread. Adding to the crisis, labor shortages in processing plants are slowing production, making it even harder for suppliers to keep up with demand. For consumers, this translates into two frustrating realities. Whole chickens are getting pricier and they're becoming harder to find. If whole chickens are a staple in your home for roasting or meal prepping, you might want to consider stocking up now or looking for alternative options. This classic budget-friendly choice is quickly turning into a luxury item, so enjoy it while it lasts. 19. Garlic. Garlic lovers, brace yourselves because this essential ingredient might soon become a rare find on grocery store shelves. The world's garlic supply is taking a major hit, especially since China, the largest producer of garlic, is grappling with significant labor and shipping challenges. Harvesting garlic isn't easy. It's incredibly labor-intensive. With a shortage of workers to handle this process, production has been severely impacted. On top of that, global transportation woes, rising fuel costs, and supply chain congestion are driving up prices and hindering the movement of garlic from farms to markets worldwide. The situation is particularly noticeable in the U.S., where garlic supplies are shrinking and prices are steadily climbing. This could mean fewer fresh garlic bulbs or even higher costs at your local store. If garlic is a must-have in your kitchen, now might be the time to stock up. Alternatively, you can begin exploring other seasonings to replace garlic in your recipes if this shortage becomes prolonged. 20. Tortilla chips disappearing? Say goodbye to your favorite party snack! Tortilla chips, the crunchy, salty stars of every game night and holiday gathering, are at risk of vanishing from grocery shelves. Here's the scoop. Corn shortages are hitting hard, and tortilla chips are feeling the heat. Unpredictable weather in the U.S. Corn Belt has disrupted harvests, while skyrocketing demand for corn in ethanol production and animal feed is driving prices higher than ever. On top of that, manufacturers are battling packaging slowdowns due to shortages in plastic and cardboard materials. What does all this mean for you? Higher prices, reduced availability, and maybe even empty chip aisles. With football season in full swing and festive parties around the corner, demand isn't slowing down, but supply can't keep up. If tortilla chips are your go-to for nachos or dipping in guac, it might be time to stock up now. Don't wait too long. By next month, they could be as hard to find as a touchdown on 4th and long. 21. Canned soup. Canned soup has been a comforting pantry essential for countless households, but it might not be as readily available in the coming months. The lingering effects of supply chain disruptions, coupled with the rising cost of raw materials, are placing massive pressure on manufacturers. Aluminum for cans continues to skyrocket in price, making production more expensive than ever. Additionally, labor shortages in processing plants are creating bottlenecks, delaying production and slowing the availability of many favorite canned soup brands. But that's not all. Severe climate issues are impacting the harvests of key ingredients like potatoes, tomatoes, and beef, all critical for many classic soups. With skyrocketing transportation costs due to elevated fuel prices, even the soups that make it through production are struggling to reach store shelves. All of this means that canned soup may become harder to find and more costly as the weeks go by. If you're a canned soup enthusiast, now is the time to stock up before your favorite flavors potentially vanish for good. 22. Vanilla extract. Vanilla extract, one of the most prized ingredients in kitchens around the world, is rapidly disappearing. And the reason might surprise you. This beloved flavor comes from the vanilla orchid, a plant that grows primarily in Madagascar. But here's the catch. It's incredibly delicate and difficult to grow. Unpredictable tropical storms and changing weather patterns have devastated vanilla crops, slashing global production nearly in half over recent years. And that's not all. Harvesting vanilla is a painstakingly slow process. Each pod must be pollinated by hand, harvested at the perfect moment, and undergo months of curing to achieve that rich, unmistakable flavor we all adore. Now, with demand hitting an all-time high thanks to the global obsession, with natural flavors in food, perfumes, and beauty products, vanilla producers simply can't keep up. The result? Skyrocketing prices and a vanishing supply. If you love baking or adding a dash of vanilla to your favorite recipes, you might want to stock up now. Pure vanilla extract could soon become a luxury, or worse, vanish from store shelves completely. What will you do when your favorite dessert tastes forever different? 23. Powdered milk. You might want to grab a few extra containers of powdered milk the next time you're at the store. And here's why. This long-lasting grocery staple, crucial for emergencies and food storage, may soon become extremely hard to find. The dairy industry is under siege as climate change continues to wreak havoc on milk production. Intense heat waves, droughts, and unseasonal storms are leading to unpredictable milk yields. On top of that, soaring feed prices are making it challenging for farmers to sustain their operations, while ongoing labor shortages are slowing down production across the entire supply chain. But that's not all. Turning liquid milk into powder involves a massive amount of energy, and the current rise in fuel and electricity costs is making this process far less affordable. That means fewer batches of powdered milk are hitting store shelves, leading to higher prices for consumers. With more people stockpiling essential pantry items like powdered milk for emergency use, demand is spiking like never before. If powdered milk is a key part of your household, now might be the best time to stock up, because this versatile product is likely to be one of the first to disappear. 24. Canned pumpkin. Are you ready for holiday baking season? Well, you might need to rethink your favorite pumpkin pie recipe, because canned pumpkin is becoming harder to find by the day. Severe weather events like Midwest droughts and unseasonable storms have devastated pumpkin crops, slashing the harvest significantly. On top of this, labor shortages in both farming and processing are further delaying production and distribution, creating a perfect storm of scarcity. If you've been dreaming of creamy pumpkin pie, cozy spiced lattes, or even pumpkin-infused soups, brace yourself. Those iconic fall flavors might be off the menu soon. Producers are struggling to keep up with the surging demand during peak autumn and holiday seasons. And don't be surprised if the price tag for canned pumpkin skyrockets as the shortages persist. Stock up now while you can, because once the shelves are cleared, canned pumpkin may become a rare find this season. 25. Canned chili. Canned chili, the ultimate solution for a quick and comforting meal, might soon be nothing but a memory. This convenient pantry staple is caught in a storm of skyrocketing costs and supply chain woes that could make it disappear from store shelves altogether. The beef used in most canned chili recipes is becoming increasingly expensive due to feed price hikes and livestock shortages, making production harder to sustain. But the problems don't stop there. Droughts have caused bean harvests to plummet, driving up costs for one of chili's key ingredients. And tomatoes, another essential component for that rich, hearty flavor, are also in shorter supply thanks to unpredictable weather and farming challenges. With manufacturers struggling to keep up production, canned chili could soon be a rare find. If you're a fan of this spicy classic, now is the time to stock up before it's too late. 26. Brown sugar. Brown sugar, a beloved baking staple, could be disappearing from your grocery shelves sooner than you think. What's behind this rapidly growing scarcity? The sugar industry is grappling with a perfect storm of challenges. Brazil, the world's leading sugar producer, has been hit hard by unpredictable weather patterns, including devastating droughts that have severely impacted sugarcane harvests. But it doesn't stop there. Rising fuel and labor costs have made it increasingly difficult to harvest and process sugarcane efficiently. Additionally, creating brown sugar requires an extra step of refining white sugar and reintroducing molasses, an extra process that's becoming too costly for many manufacturers to justify. Companies are shifting their focus to white sugar, which leaves brown sugar supplies dwindling. If you're someone who loves baking cookies or creating rich caramelized sauces, now might be the time to stock up, because brown sugar could soon become a rare find in your local grocery store. 27. Almond milk. For millions of health-conscious individuals and those avoiding dairy, almond milk has become a go-to favorite. But did you know this popular plant-based milk is facing a serious crisis? It all starts in California, where over 80% of the world's almonds are grown. This region has been hit hard by persistent droughts, which have pushed the cost of water through the roof. Almond trees require large amounts of water to thrive, and with California's water supply shrinking, the stakes are higher than ever. Farmers are being forced to make tough decisions. Many have scaled back their almond production or even abandoned their orchards entirely. At the same time, the growing popularity of plant-based milk alternatives is skyrocketing demand, putting even more pressure on the already strained almond supply chain. The result? Prices are surging and shortages are becoming alarmingly common. If almond milk is a staple in your shopping cart, now might be the time to consider alternatives. With supplies dwindling, this beloved dairy-free option could disappear from store shelves sooner than you think. Will almond milk be the next big thing to vanish from your fridge? Only time will tell. 28. Canned peaches. Canned peaches, a beloved pantry essential for decades, are at risk of becoming a thing of the past. The challenges start at the orchards in California and Georgia, where extreme weather events like droughts, unexpected late frosts, and even devastating wildfires have severely impacted peach production. The peaches that do survive these harsh conditions face further setbacks, such as labor shortages at canning facilities, making it harder to process the fruits. On top of that, an ongoing aluminum can shortage has put even more strain on the industry. But that's not all. Things get even trickier with import restrictions and skyrocketing transportation costs, creating major distribution roadblocks for canned goods. All of these factors combined are squeezing the supply of canned peaches, even as demand remains strong for this sweet, shelf-stable favorite. Prices are climbing fast and shelves are emptying out. If you love canned peaches, don't wait. Grab them now because they might not be around much longer. 29. Vinegar. Vinegar is a pantry superstar with countless uses in cooking, cleaning, and even health remedies, but shockingly, it may soon become harder to find. The production of this versatile ingredient revolves around key raw materials such as grains, particularly corn. Unfortunately, climate change, coupled with surging global demand, is driving up costs and making these resources scarcer. On top of that, producing vinegar isn't just about the raw ingredients. It's a time-intensive process that's becoming increasingly expensive as fuel prices soar. But that's not all. The challenges don't stop at production. Bottling and distribution are also being hit hard by supply chain disruptions, forcing manufacturers to prioritize higher profit items over everyday staples like vinegar. If vinegar is part of your routine, whether for cooking, cleaning, or home canning, this could spell trouble. Stock up now because shortages and rising prices might hit sooner than you expect. 30. Cheese. Cheese lovers may need to brace themselves because this dairy favorite could soon become a luxury. The cheese industry is grappling with a perfect storm of challenges that are putting its future availability at risk. Rising feed and fuel costs have driven up the expenses for dairy farmers, making it harder for them to sustain their operations. To make matters worse, climate-related issues like recurring droughts are limiting access to water for cows, further lowering milk production, the essential ingredient for cheese. It doesn't stop there. The intricate process of cheese production involves storage and transportation under strict refrigeration, a practice that's becoming increasingly expensive due to higher energy and shipping costs. With demand still sky-high, fewer cheese options and soaring prices might be on the horizon. For those who can't imagine meals without this creamy delight, now might be the time to stock up and hope your favorites aren't disappearing anytime soon.